Welcome back to live coverage of the 2025 Canberra World Boccia Challenger. We've got a BC1 female game for you with Nayu, Sakai from Japan and Yuan, Yichu from China. They've only just taken to the court, so they've got their warm-up to do, just to give them a feel for the court and the lighting and all those other things that, having been in the call room for quite some time, they just need to get back in touch with. See if their balls are running any differently on the court than they were during their training session earlier in the day. Referee Saskia Van Heek taking her position there, indicating that she's ready for them to start their warm-up. Warm-up goes for 2 minutes, and
let the warm-up begin.
As you just heard, the warm-up starts. Very important too that these athletes get a chance to loosen up their muscles a little bit after sitting in the call room for quite some time. And again, get a feel for where they want to set their jacks, whether they can reach the back of the court with their ball, all those sorts of things. Each athlete has their own warm-up routine. Some of them like to try and get their ball on the opponent's jack. Some of them just have a set routine where you want to put your balls in certain places on the court. Nice to see so many people from countries around the world making the trip to Australia to join us for this challenger in Canberra. They would have had a coin toss in the call room to decide which colour ball they were going to play with. And I imagine Nayu Sakai from Japan won the toss because you usually choose red. It gives you a chance to get your first score on the board because the red player always plays first and plays from that right-hand box as you're looking at it, the right-hand middle box. Some players, though, like to choose to play blue if they'd like to see exactly how their opponent reacts to this court and these conditions. It looks like time is up for the warm-up. The referee indicating to come and collect the balls and take them back to their players. Nayu Sakai from Japan, they're having a sip of water. Very important to stay hydrated in these games. From the way that she's orientating her chair there, it looks like she's going to do what most players would do in this situation, which is if you're playing red, then you would play the ball, the jack, off towards the right-hand side of the court as we look at it. You notice that V line in front of the players' boxes. The jack has to cross that line. That's the only reason the V line is there. The jack ball has to go across that line, and then it can go anywhere else on the court. It's a little bit of a hold up on court 2 as they had to do a little bit of a clean up on the court surface. Looks like everybody on all 6 courts is just getting ready to go.
Let the games begin.
And off we go. Referee hands the ball to the player from Japan to set the jack. You'll notice that in the BC1 classification, each player has a sports assistant whose job is to pass them the ball, help them to steady their chair and reorient their chair for the throw. Nice placement of the jack there. And joining me in commentary, the man whose voice you just heard on the PA, Richard Buller from World Boccia.
And now I'm going to have to just take that moment. Buller, as in ice cream.
Buller.
There we go.
Buller.
Got it.
Right, Buller.
Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us for round 3.
Round 3, that's right,
right.
on the first day.
Yep.
First ball going out for the... that's a very good ball. Should be always looking to get your first ball on the jack and just in front of the jack like that.
So she'll be pretty happy with that, I think, yeah?
I think so,
Yep.
but Yuan Chu from China does have a little bit of an access to the jack there. She might be able to pick that up and run it backwards, we'll just see. She's moved the red ball, so that gives her now access to the jack.
Is there a little bit of caution there, Phil, in terms of that red is quite strongly positioned there, isn't it? Behind?
It is, yeah. You would like a little bit more clearance there. But sometimes having a little bit of a structure there beside the jack gives you something to play onto. We'll see if she's thinking that.
Oh, that's
beautiful
a great
shot.
Yeah.
Great shot there from Yuan Yichu from China. So because the blue ball is closest, then the player with the red ball plays next.
So what will she be thinking now? What do you think she might be aiming
I think
for?
really she's just got one goal, and that's to get that blue ball away from the front of the jack.
So she'll try to push that away to the left?
That would be my thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because she's quite nice with that. She's got her red ball sitting there behind the jack. Does that give you a little bit more comfort as an athlete then, kind of thinking, oh, actually, even if I don't quite execute on the shot as well as I should, at least the jack is only going to move back onto my ball.
And you think, well, I've got a good ball in the head.
Yep.
I'm only 2 balls in, and the ball's gone out of play. The other option she could have is just to clip the left-hand side, as we look at it, of the jack, and flick it backwards so it goes in behind her red ball. That's one of her options. Taking care to line her chair up there. Now the sports assistant can't put the chair where the sports assistant thinks it should be. They can only put it where the athlete is asking them to put it. Always in boccia, the athlete determines everything.
When I first started being involved in supporting boccia, I do remember someone saying to me, athletes saying, this is what I loved about boccia. It was the first time in my life that I was in complete control.
Yes.
When I went on court.
And it's a beautiful thing, yeah. Some people living with disabilities, that they don't have a lot of control over some of the other things in their life. But when you play boccia, you own what happens on the court. Whether you win or lose, it's been your decision, and that's something to be very proud of.
So does that mean Sakai is now owning 2 shots that haven't quite. They haven't, have they?
No.
She has just missed the mark, hasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have to be thinking of changing her strategy.
And it looks like she's getting a bit of a stretch there. She's recognising that perhaps her muscles, her arms aren't quite where they need to be, because she's clearly those arms. And this is, I think, for BC1s, isn't that one of the big challenges, is getting the signals to get through to your muscles?
It is, yeah. And your grip on the ball too is another one.
And in fact, one of the biggest
Yeah. What she may be looking for now, she's got 4 balls out. She may want to limit the damage now and just allow the player from China to hold 1 point at the end of the end.
So does that mean she's going to look to just place this more as a sort of blocking ball, as
Yep.
close as she can get to the jack, but she's not looking to control the jack at this point?
That would be my thinking at this stage. It's the first end. If you lose by 1, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
But she might not have meant to throw that quite as hard as she did.
Because in fact she's moved what was quite a close ball away.
Yeah.
Is that what's happened now?
Yeah.
So what's she going to do with his last ball? What's she hoping for?
My shot would be to put it right in front of the blue ball that's in front of the jack. That would be a good safety ball.
Oh, and she's executed that beautifully.
Yep.
You must be her coach.
Yes. No, actually she did better. She's moved the jack back and possibly might be holding it this time.
But Yichu has got 4 balls in hand. Does that give her choice, or is it how that head is now organised? Is this going to be a bit difficult for her?
It's interesting because there are now red balls behind the jack. So if she pushes the jack back, that's going to play to the red player's advantage. She'd need to play very delicately, I think, into the head. Maybe having just a few problems with her release, but there she's got the ball away.
And BC1's that is one of the sort of more unknown aspects of the challenge is as you say, the release is actually just getting the hand to let go of the ball.
Exactly.
Can be a big challenge.
Yep. I've seen BC1 players where they use the whole time that they have trying to release the first ball and lose the game completely.
And how do they? I mean, is it like the more they think about it, the harder it gets in some ways?
I think that's it. Yeah, you're putting pressure on yourself.
Right.
Not wanting to sort of claim to be any expert, but
and techniques that are used, Phil, when you're coaching BC1s, have you coached a BC1?
I do coach a couple of BC1s, but neither of them actually have this problem.
Right.
It used to be quite a big problem in Australian BC1s. Oh, she's done so well there. Look at that.
That is a cracker, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be wanting to know the score, I think, there. Asking for her next ball.
Yep. Well, she'll be looking at time because she's still got 2 balls to play.
Yep, and just under a minute.
And as you say, she is taking that time. I think Dylan Schwartz can at times have that same. He'll take quite a bit of time to get the release going. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's our Australian BC1 who's at this competition as well.
Yes, he won a remarkable game just earlier.
Oh, she's done well there.
She's got really good control.
Yeah.
When you think about the athleticism, I couldn't do that with my arm as many times as Yuan Yichu is doing. My arm would have fallen off by now, I think. just superb athleticism.
Well, it's not a heavy thing. There's position, right? Because you're
Yep.
holding your arm up. Yeah.
Yep, and just flexing that muscle so many times. And balance as well. That's a very tight head there. Look at that. You could.
Particularly for a BC1 game, right?
Yep.
Yep. I mean, that's a classic BC2. Really.
Yeah. I'd be proud of that as
a BC4. I was going to say, yeah, of course.
We're coming out to have a look. While,
and I guess that's a reflection of the quality of the playing, because this is a World Boccia event. Yeah.
I have thought that quite a lot recently. I've been watching video from a lot of the games that have been played around the world, and when I first started playing boccia, to have a BC1 player that could throw as far as the cross that we see in the middle of the court, which is 5 metres, would be a remarkable thing. But now you see BC1 players around the world playing well deep into the back of the court.
Wow.
And playing accurately too. The game is just developing in such a wonderful way.
And what makes the difference there, do you think? What is it that they're doing? How is it that they're training that is happening?
Yeah, I think coaches maybe training for as much strength as they can get, as much flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think training your mind.
Right.
Relaxation, self-belief, all those things happen, and they can change the smoothness and the amount of power you can deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Very much depends too on your state of mind at the time. Referee Saskia van Heek here looking very closely at the measure. You can see the calipers there that she's got in her hand, measuring between the balls. And you always measure between the closest part of the balls, not the bottom or the top or anything like that. But and she's placing the ball back that she had to move to get the measure, and the second ball. Let's see what her result is. She's asked the players to go back into their boxes, which they have to do before she can end this first end of this BC1 game. Three points to blue. So well done to Yuan Yichu from China.
That was a strong finish from her, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was good to see.
Yep. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but she timed it beautifully in that she used all the time that she had. Is that part of why she got the results that she did?
Time management is very important.
Right.
The athletes can see at the end of the court how much time they've got left, and in this classification you get 4.5 minutes in total to play all 6 of your balls. And some players just have a rhythm and they like to keep playing at that speed, but other players will slow down or speed up depending on how much time is left.
Is it ever something that's a kind of psychological play where you play fast to kind of put off? Because, in chess you can do that. You can kind of hit the timer and
bang, bang, bang. Yeah. I think if it is that sort of opening gambit sort of stage of the game, maybe. But I would coach my players to, because it is very much a thinking game, not to rush their shots. If they've got time, think about it. If the last shot you played didn't work, think about why it didn't work and how you can make it work next time and things like that. Now this jack will be played over to our left-hand side. It just gives the blue player a little bit of an advantage in that the ball is closer to them. There we are, placed at about 3.5 metres, maybe 4. Now if she can get this first blue ball right up in front of the jack and touching, then that'll be perfect, job done. That's pretty good.
Pretty good, isn't
Pretty
it?
good. The red player will still be able to see some of the jack, but will have to play very accurately to get on the jack and take it away from the blue ball. Taking a lot of care now, lining up her chair.
So
Having a trial throw there.
what's he thinking? What's she going to try and do here?
My thought would be try and collect the jack, move it back from the blue,
Yeah.
but stay in front of it if you can. Would
Right,
be
because then the blue ball becomes a blocking ball, right?
Yep.
For Yichu from China.
Yep.
Makes it more difficult, but it's always a tough ball to execute, right?
Yep. But we are looking at world-class boccia here, so it's doable. Again, just making sure that that line she's working her arm down is the line that she wants. Oh, yes. Oh, if it hadn't bounced off, that would have been perfect. Yeah. Maybe a softer ball might have just stuck on the jack, but still a very, very good ball there.
So what do you think she's going to do now to adjust?
I'd be again trying to still pick that jack up and run it away from the blue ball.
But why the moving of the chair in the box?
Gives her a better angle. She has moved the jack back a little bit. So moving over to the right-hand side of her box, that might have just done the job. Yep, she used her red ball as a set-up ball, ricocheted off it and came in on the jack. Now, Yuan Yichu from China has the option of either pushing her blue ball up onto the jack or maybe playing onto the red ball, moving the red ball back and leaving two blue balls in front of the jack. That would be the way I'll be thinking about this. There's enough power there to do that, but unfortunately it just went a little wide. But she gets another go.
She's certainly looking to make a significant change to that current configuration,
so.
right?
Yep. Yeah. And she had that determined look on her face that said, I know what I'm going to do.
So there's the pause. That was just rearranging the ball in the hand.
Yeah, just a little bit of a change in the grip. Yeah.
Oh, shot.
There we go.
Yep.
Still fairly close to that red at the side.
So she's not got control. She hasn't got a hold in the jack yet. Is
No.
that right now? Or she has.
Yes, but unfortunately for her, she's left a nice little runway down in between those two blue balls for Nayu Sakai to pick up the jack and run it back towards, so that her two red balls behind come into play. Again, I thought hers might be different.
She hasn't picked up that channel that you were talking about.
No,
and if anything, has that now pushed her opponent's ball, that blue ball, closer?
I think it has.
Yeah.
Yep. That opening is still there, but it's not as open as it was before. Referee just checking to see who is actually holding at the moment. Because remember, whoever is closest to the jack, their opposition gets to play the next ball. So if blue is closest, red plays next. You would want to be holding the next shot yourself, I think, here. Red would want the next shot. Yep, red has got the next shot. So that opening is still there for her. Let's see if she chooses to play into it. Again, it's amazing how close this end is. There are 2 blue balls, 3 red balls, and the jack all in that head.
Oh.
Yep.
But she has opened that up now.
Yep.
Does that provide more opportunity for her?
I think now if she can rest the ball on that blue ball and have it touching the jack, or pushing the jack a little way away from the blue, she'd be holding the shot at the moment. People always say, oh, boccia's easy, it's just throwing your ball at a jack, but it's not.
What is it? It's easy to learn but hard to master, right?
Yeah, somebody famous said that once, I'm not sure who, but yeah, it's you've got to be thinking all the time, strategizing all the time. It's like playing chess, but you have to throw your chess pieces onto the board. Now she's taken that away from the red player.
How hard does it get when the jack is behind so many balls?
Yeah.
What goes through your mind when you're the player?
The first thing is, oh no.
Right.
But the red player, the Japanese player here, can draw down the side. There's a row of red balls there. She could draw down the side of that, and if she gets closer than the blue ball, that's just knocked the jack back, then she'd be holding. She rolled through the space there. She had perfect line, but she's just rolled it maybe about a metre too far. So she's maybe thinking about choosing a softer ball or not putting as much power behind it. I don't think she can move much further back in her box, because that would then mean she doesn't have that line down the side of those red balls.
So she's going to go for I got to hold the jack. I am not just going to do a blocking shot. That's what she has just gone for, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yep. But effectiveness there, not quite the effective shot she was after.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But is there? I guess. What is China's options here? Because I'm guessing we've got one there, but we can never be exactly sure from this angle, can we? Where we're commentating.
Well, there's a gap down between the red ball that just finished and the red ball next to it, which would get her through that gap and come down so that she's within that scoring circle.
Yeah.
Or she could come down the left-hand side of the head, and there's a blue ball there that she could push up.
And she took the second option, Yep.
That would be the safest option, I think, because there would always be the possibility that you push the red ball up on the jack.
If you get the wrong side of it, if you're too far over to one side, then you're actually pushing it closer,
And she's already holding 3, and we're halfway through the game at the end of this end, so she's got 3-0. So she doesn't have to take risks. She can just safely build on her lead.
And she's done very well there.
I think so, yep. I'd be thinking 3, maybe even 4. So very good play here from Yuan Yichu from China. let's not forget that new Sakai from Japan has played some wonderful balls as well. This is just high standard boccia here. Now we've got a good shot here of the referee's measuring technique.
And in fact, I'm going to take my phone out and quickly grab a shot. One for Saskia.
Yep. Saskia van Heek. All the way from the beautiful island of Tasmania. Or as we northerners called it, the South Island. So she's saying, I think this is 1 here. Making room. Yeah, so a definite 2. She's put 2 down on the blue side of the bat, which means everyone's happy about those 2 balls being scoring balls. Taking care not to disturb any other balls. Putting them back where they were. So, before we get the score, the players go back into their boxes. And we wait for the referee's decision. Four to blue. Excellent.
You called
Excellent
it.
End.
Well done.
I do get it right sometimes.
You do, Phil. Well done.
On the odd occasion.
1 minute.
We're seeing good boccia here today.
We are.
This is world class.
So, what are you thinking when you're 7 up going into the third end? I mean, are you starting to like what might be going through an athlete like Yichu and her mind around? Okay, I'm halfway through. I mean, 7. Yeah, that means I've got to go down a whole end, right?
Yep. My wife tells me I'm a pessimist. I'm a cup half empty person, so I'm thinking you haven't won this yet, but you could still lose it. You've lost things from here before, so I'd be playing very conservatively.
Right.
But then,
do you start getting defensive when you say play conservatively?
Yeah.
Does that mean you're gonna prefer defensive shots? Like you'll have 1 or 2 balls, but then if I've got 4 balls left, I'm going to switch to defensive.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Defensive play is what it's all about, I think, from this stage. But then again, if they're there, a few more points wouldn't hurt for Yuan Yichu.
And what do points mean in pool? Is it really in a competition like this? Is that matter how many points you win by?
I think in some circumstances, points for and against, if all else fails, can decide whether you go through or not. If you're equal with another player, it comes down. I think the rules say to who won the game that you played between you and that player. Then I think it comes down to maybe after that, points for and against.
So
I must say I'm not a technical delegate, so I'm not really sure.
That's all right. Sorry to call you out on that one,
No.
Phil. Didn't mean to put you in an awkward spot.
As a coach, I should know, but I tend to look it up if I don't know it.
So why has she gone for the middle when you... Just help me out understanding, because I thought you always, and clearly you don't always, right? Sometimes you do go really short in the middle.
I've noticed this is a trend recently.
Yeah.
In your last end to play towards the centre. Maybe it might give you a little bit more control over things. The sideline isn't as close. When you play off to the sideline becomes part of the game. If you can get your opponent to throw out over the sideline, maybe this is part of the defensive technique. Yeah, certainly worked there.
Did.
Yeah, right there you're saying, okay, Now my opponent's going to have to work hard to take this end off me. But we've seen the player from Japan play some really good shots. She's got it in her to take this end. The jack is still relatively free there.
Yep.
Okay, so she knows now to adjust both her line and her length just a little bit.
And she's also getting her assistant to stretch.
Yeah, getting a bit of physio. Yeah, she's adjusted her line. Maybe go for a softer ball or slightly less power in the shot. Drop it in short of the jack and let it roll onto the jack maybe. Yep.
Oh,
and she's done
beautiful
it
shot.
perfectly.
Yep.
Couldn't get a better shot.
Yep.
Well done, Nayu Sakai from Japan. So this is where we see whether Yuan Yichu is going to play defensively or whether she's going to continue to try and stack up the points. She could push her blue ball back a little bit, might bring it onto the jack.
So is that going to be the defensive or the attacking shot?
It could be one of each. It's saying, okay, I've taken that off you, now you've got to take it back off me. She's actually pushed the red ball further.
Closer, yeah.
But having that blue ball there means that the red player does have to play very accurately to get any more points in this end.
So is she going to try and push that blue ball onto the jack? Is that what the thinking would be?
That would have been my first thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not the shot she planned, do you reckon?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
Although this is why I'm asking the question, Phil, because how many times have I sat here commentating and gone, oh, that's not an effective shot, and then the next shot you go, that's why. So that's why I was being cautious.
That's why it's such a wonderful game, because people come up with new tactics all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like before we would have thought, why would you play your jack in the centre of the court?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you've really noticed that as you've been catching up watching competitions recently. Now, that one's gone in exactly the same spot. Is that going to signal time for a shift in, I was just saying, shift in chair?
You say it and they do it, Richard. Yep. You've got the power over their minds. They can't hear us, obviously, so so she has moved her chair over to our left a little bit.
So we should see this next ball come to the right of those two. That
would be what she's thinking, yeah.
From her perspective.
That's what I was saying before about if my ball doesn't go where I want it to go, why didn't it? And what do I do to solve that problem?
Yeah. Oh, shot.
Yeah, she's finding a way in.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
She's got one more ball, I think, has she? Yes, and a minute to go. Now she still might take this. She could push that blue ball to the right of the red ball, inside that red ball next to it. It's getting very complicated to describe it.
She came further, right? So she's adjusted again, but this time over-adjusted, perhaps?
I think so, yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if her arm isn't sort of starting to lose a bit of strength and control. She's been playing so strongly all the way through this.
Now, the question is can Sakai, do you think, can she get the ball to the right of the red ball? Or is that going to be too far?
I think
turn this into some serious points, because that's what she needs to leave this end with. Yeah, a few more points on the board than she has. Yeah,
give her confidence and. That's probably not a good one, but if she could play into you see the penalty square there.
Yeah.
If she could play into the penalty square, I always do that when I'm playing, is look for a mark somewhere on the court that I can play onto, and she does have that penalty square there that she can use.
And then she'd be looking to come alongside the jack?
Yep.
Yeah, as close as possible. Yep.
Yep.
So she's gone on the other side. Do you think she'll now try to adjust, come back this side?
I hope so. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that is exactly what she did. Yeah.
Yep.
But perhaps not quite enough.
Or
she's actually got hold of the jack now.
She'd be holding now. So she's got 1 point at least.
Yep.
But that draw shot down the side is still there for her last ball.
And that would give her 2 points coming away from this end.
Yeah, and she could feel really happy about that. Yeah.
But it leaves the game live for her, right? She can.
Yep.
She has that opportunity in the final end.
Yep.
There's 6 points to play for.
Just a little bit wide there.
Do your options, does it get harder the more balls you've played, because you've only come on court with certain types of balls, hardnesses?
Yeah, you would always tend to play the ball that's most suited to the jack length or the shot you want to play.
Yep.
But as you work through your balls, you get to the least appropriate ball for that shot, and can end up with maybe having to use your hard ball to do a shot that you would use your very soft ball for. You quite often see that with BC3 players, where they reach the end of they played 5 of their 6 balls, and all they have left is the ball that they call the rock. It's about the same hardness as a cannonball, and they have to release it from way, way down on the ramp.
So it's definitely not a ball you throw at somebody.
No.
The rock.
As a coach, I've been out on the court when a rock's been played and had to scoot my wheelchair well out of the way to avoid damage. Okay, beginning of the last end. And Yuan Yichu from China to place the jack. Let's see where she goes.
So not in the centre.
No.
How are you going to explain this one, Phil?
That's what I would have done myself.
Right. Yep.
Is all I can say at this stage. I think that you should be feeling pretty confident, I think, at this stage. She has hit it and bounced off.
A little bit too much in it with that level of bounce off, because that leaves the jack quite open, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Now, quick question, because I know that we had a new capability, a replay capability. Have you tried it yet? Have you used it?
No, I haven't.
Is it working?
Should we try it? Maybe we could have another look at that shot. Much better shot.
Yep.
From the Japan player.
But it's fair to say China's still got they've got nice open jack there.
Yep.
And in fact, if anything, they've got a bigger target, because what I've learnt from Phil is by having the red so close, it gives you an opportunity to actually aim. Your aim doesn't need to be quite so accurate.
No, that's right. Yeah, you've got a little bit wider target than one ball. You've got two balls with a gap in between. You would almost think that if she can hold this jack this time, unfortunately she hasn't. But if she could get on that jack, that would be pretty much game over, I think. Although you should never say that in boccia, should you, Richard, as you said before?
No. It is full of twists and surprises, and that's the precision, the thinking that goes into it. And she's over-adjusted there, is that fair to say? Because she's come on this side of the jack in the last ball, and now she's adjusted, perhaps just a little bit too much.
Yep. It's just fine-tuning the position of your wheelchair, where you are in your wheelchair.
Yeah, but it's the physicality of the work as well, right, now comes to play. I mean, like any sport, when you're being as active as she is, you're coming into the last end.
Yep.
The muscles aren't they? They're starting to feel tighter. And but she's overcome that, and that's the shot we were expecting, and she's absolutely nailed that. Yep, beautiful.
She probably would have hoped that the jack had stayed behind the ball. So
what? Because is that now a bit dangerous in terms of? Sure.
Yep. If I was Nayu Sakai, I'd be thinking, I can get on that jack.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. What has she got to be careful of, though?
Pushing the blue ball in front and to the side, pushing that on,
right,
and then losing that option to be able to take the jack. You wouldn't want to knock the jack too far back either, in case,
because she's got the blue balls behind.
Yeah.
Right? Now, am I right in thinking, as we've got into this game, like the first couple of ends, we've had really tight heads, but as we've kind of progressed, it's getting wider?
I think, as you said before, that fatigue can become a bit of a problem towards the end. It's like the fifth set in tennis,
Yep. Not that I've ever played tennis, but I'm going with you on this one, Phil.
It's been a long time since I played tennis, but I remember.
Yeah. Because I think there's some assumptions about boccia as well, right? In terms of, you're sitting in a chair, I was just tossing a ball, right? But in terms of the accuracy, the concentration, and as you say, particularly for our BC1 athletes, I mean, they're in. She absolutely nailed that. Just a little bit too much on the ball, yeah.
Yep, and it's brought that back ball on, I think.
Do you think it now be?
It might be 1 to blue at this stage. Yeah, I mean, I'm a strong boccia player because I'm a BC5. I'm too strong physically to be a BC4.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have to throw, say, 4 of my balls at the end of an end, one after the other in the final phase, the end phase, my last ball can be a bit wobbly. It does take a lot out of your arm, particularly if you've done a lot of drives.
And how do you prepare? How do you prepare for that? How do you physically prepare your body for that? Oh, this gets interesting.
Yes.
Now, this is where, if we had that replay function, Richard, have we got it? No, not yet. It's not online.
No.
That's okay. We're working on it.
It's coming soon, folks. That 1 to red, would you say?
I'm going to go 1 to red, because that red, I mean, where we're looking from, that red in the middle of the screen is looking closer. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if the player from China can move that red ball, she's in a position where she might even pick up 3 points or 4.
Oh, what a great line.
Yep.
That was...
I,
But...
from where we sit, I think we could declare that as 1 to blue.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It is, and it's
Yeah.
gone. It has gone back to red.
This is a good boccia. I like when it goes ball for ball.
Yeah.
I like to see people fighting it out like gladiators. Yeah.
And I guess that's where, yes, the score says 7-1 currently, but it's fair to say we're looking at a tight end here.
We are.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's all credit to both athletes. They're not letting go of this match at any point.
No. I think whatever the score ends up at, it doesn't indicate the strength of both players.
Yep.
They're both talented and smart players. They're thinking their strategy.
Yep.
All very good.
So she'll be looking to... That ball didn't quite come as close to the jack as she'd hoped. In fact, it's also come towards us from where we're watching in terms of the camera. She's going to be looking to get something in between the jack and that last ball of hers.
Yeah, I think she could even sort of get right on the jack and move it back.
Oh, no. So will this be a call for the score and then she may then throw off, or do you think she's going to play her last ball?
I think she's going to throw off. Trying to attract the referee's
She was.
attention.
I thought no.
No,
I was thinking the same.
she was indicating that she needed her break on, I think. She can come down through that nest of balls onto the jack there, I think.
Oh, almost. She almost...
But she's made sure of it. I think she's moved the jack back towards her blue ball.
Yeah. Yep. 1 blue. There it is. Yep.
1 blue. Does everybody agree?
8 blue, 1 red. Match finish. 8 blue, 1 red.
8 blue
8 blue,
and 1 red
1 red.
is the final score.
There we go. What a...
1 red.
In this BC1 female game here at the 2025 Canberra World Boccia Challenger.
That's the one.
It's been a long day already, Richard.
Yes, tell me. How did I end up being the announcer?
The announcer
I'm not
and-
quite sure how I ended
And a
up.
commentator as well,
I know.
as well as all the other million things that you do.
I know. I'm looking at the courts too now. So, thank you, Phil. That was great to have the opportunity to commentate with you during the Challenger.
It's always a pleasure, Richard. Richard Buller, thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil. And please, we invite everyone to log on for the next round, which will be at 10 minutes to 2.
To 2.
Otherwise known as 1:50.
1:50, and that's Eastern Australian Daylight Saving Time for those of you overseas.
Otherwise known in about 20 minutes' time.
Yep.
Yep. So look for the tile on the YouTube, the Boccia Australia YouTube channel,
there.
and you'll be able to pick up the match for the next round. So thanks very much, Phil, and thank you all for having tuned in or clicked on to watch the live streaming of the World Boccia Challenger Canberra 2025. Thank you.
I'm Phil Bates, and we'll both be back a little bit later. But as Richard said, do come back for that next game. It'll be a beauty.